Hello, everybody, and welcome to another episode of ChuNews. As always, I'm your host, Brady. With me is my co-host.
They call me DJJ.
And on this episode, we will be, of course, going over the latest raid news, the latest merch news, and we've got some anime news. So let's just hop right in there. First off, we do want to say we hope that everyone who celebrated Thanksgiving had a wonderful Thanksgiving and just a wonderful week off. If you celebrate with your families, hope you had fun. If you celebrate alone, hope you still had fun. But getting into the news, we are entering our second week of 7-star Hisuian Samurott raids. I did say a couple weeks ago before Eevee week was announced that I feel like the next 7-star raid was going to be Hisuian Samurott since we had the other Hisuian starters. So now they're rounding it out. And we have one more week until the DLC drops. So I have no idea what the next one will be.
2 weeks.
Well, after 2 weeks. So my apologies. So I still have no idea what they could do for those 2 weeks. I don't know if they're just going to take a break until then, but we got Hisuian Samurott running until Sunday. Make sure to get your mightiest mark Hisuian Samurott. Tay, I will throw it on over to you for some merch news.
I want you to know the only reason I knew about 2 weeks was because I know how much time I have to finish the first DLC. Because I still haven't finished that because I don't want Kieran to hate me. And I am having major abandonment issues.
I forgot 2 weeks because I was still shiny hunting for my Blipbug. I was like, how much longer do I have until the DLC comes out?
You got time. You got some time. So we'll talk some little merch. I know a while ago I brought up the idea of possibly having some the chosen 3 from the DLC first one coming before the second DLC comes out. Still possible. We still have the 2 weeks. I'm hoping that it happens between those 2 weeks, and then we can finally get our gosh dang Bellabolt and Fluffy.
Please.
Fluffy Mons. My Fluffy Graveyard and Tandmouse. But this is what we do have. Recently, the Pokemon Center partnered up with a company called APC. They are selling a variety of, in my opinion, and I'm sorry, Pokemon Center, of overpriced merchandise. Basically, we have a bunch of sweatshirts for about $240, $250, t-shirts for $120. They have a whole denim jacket for $300. That's the cheapest thing that they have is a t-shirt for $130. So I'm not gonna go through all of them.
Oh my.
Yeah, they're still in stock. I know you're surprised. But we do have some Pokemon trading card set stuff. We have the Paldean Fates Elite box with the Mimikyu on it. That's $60. There's a collector chest for fall 2023 that has a Dynamat
Yes, say that again.
Terrestrialized Charizard on it for $30. There's a battle box for $22, an X-League battle deck for $30, and the card sets range from like $60 to in their $20s. So we got a couple of things there. We also got a Pokemon sticker book for $15. We got Pikachu birthday balloons, Pokemon pin, and greeting card for $20. Very weird, but okay. Pikachu Let's Go. Let's celebrate Pokemon pin and greeting card also for $20. Then there's the Pikachu Grand New Year Pokemon pin and greeting card for $15. They also came out with the Squishmallows. That is Teddiursa and Clefairy. They are both sold out right now. I'm sure they will come to stores if you want them. They're $29.99 each. I don't know how I feel about Squishmallows right now with the whole thing with Palestine and Israel. Because Squishmallows, from what I heard, is it's complicated. If you don't know it, it's hard to explain.
Yeah.
But so they're under some controversy right now. If you want to look it up, look it up. I'm not going to dwell into it because that could be a whole other thing.
episode
Yeah,
itself, but for a different podcast.
yes. We also have the Pelipper with Damp Rock Pokemon held item pin. That's the one for this month for $12.99. Also, they
Ooh,
came out for Eevee Day, the Eevee Pearlescent Pop Vinyl figure by Funko. That's sold out on the Pokemon Center website. I'm sure it will be in other places. That was retailing for $14.99. And we have
oh
our
my.
Mood figure for November, which was Meowth Lucky figure, which it's Meowth and a bunch of coins. So
Oh.
that's pretty cute. He's smiling all happy. So that's what we have merch wise. I'm gonna toss it back.
And so to round out our news portion of this episode, the Pokemon Horizons anime will finally be making its English debut. It'll be making its first debut in the UK the day this comes out, hopefully on Friday, December 1st, which is also my sister's birthday. Happy birthday, Jessica.
Happy birthday,
Um,
Jessica. Me, your bestie.
and yes. But that will be premiering on the BBC Three's, I think, streaming service for UK viewers.
Sure.
And then we got a US viewers got to wait a couple more months unless you have a VPN.
Boo.
Uh, yeah, we got to wait until February 23rd when they come out on Netflix.
All right.
And they'll likely be doing what they've been doing in the past, where they will just release a handful of episodes, wait a couple months, and release the next handful of episodes.
Sure.
So that is exciting. We're finally getting the English version of the anime, which was teased a while back, but it just said coming soon. It didn't say when it was. So definitely looking forward to that and exploring new parts of the anime, new parts of the Pokemon world.
Yeah.
So when we come back, we will be doing our fun discussion question.
Yes, we will.
So now we are entering our discussion question, and Tay has uh, graciously come up with this question. Tay, what is our discussion question of the day?
Our discussion question is because we always talk and judge the Pokemon Center merch, right? So, in the spirit of the holidays, what Christmas Pokemon merch would you create to be on the Pokemon Center website?
I know we've got a lot of ornaments already, but I feel like it was trying to capitalize on the starters of the generation.
Mm-hmm.
But I feel like something that they could have done this year, especially because the second DLC is dropping mid December.
Mm-hmm.
I think if I remember from working at a UPS store, that's like just before you start getting delayed
Yeah.
uh, deliveries
Mm-hmm.
in shipping.
Mm-hmm.
So you could make every starter Pokemon an ornament, since you can now catch every starter in the wild.
That's true. And that's a way to advertise it.
Yep, that's exactly what I was going to say. It's like you can advertise it, and you could even make them a terrestrial,
Yeah.
so make them like more crystal, sparkly, because we all know the holidays love sparkle.
And they could do like the packs too. Like because they have ball
Mm-hmm.
packs and it's just a photo on a ball.
Yeah.
Like that'd be the best return on investment.
Mm-hmm. So that's what I would say is ornaments of all the starters.
Mm, I like it. I like it. For
What about you?
for me, I have a couple of different ideas. If I'm gonna sway away from plushes for a moment, I think that they don't utilize stockings as much as they should. Like there are plushes that look like they're in stockings for keychains, but
Yeah, and I've seen a couple of stockings in the past, but
yeah.
they're all just like generic. They either have the Pikachu logo or just the
Mhm.
Pokeball logo.
I feel like because at Walmart and all these other big supplier stores, you always see the fun ones that have like say a dog coming out of them like a little plush dog. Like, you don't even have to make the
Mhm.
entire plush. Like, you just kind of got to make the little feet, and then you just make the head kind of poking out. I feel like they totally could do that for
Yeah,
starters, and even if they wanted to do just Pikachu and Eevee, just to start with, I feel like that's like a
that
child's
would be so
dream.
adorable.
Yes. Or like I mean, in tree toppers. How many Pokemon tree toppers do we have? None, I think.
None,
Not many.
absolutely not that I can think of.
Yeah.
That people can correct us in the comments.
Yeah. And another thing that I think, I know I've already said a bunch, but I'm just going to say this just in general. I think that if they want maximum advertising on their games that are coming out and the games with the Pokemon that they have inside them, whether they're new or returning or forms, I think they need to make more merch of the ice Pokemon within those regions, such as
Oh, yes.
Bexcalibur. They barely,
Mhm.
when Sword and Shield came out, they barely made anything for Frostmoth. They did have some for Snom, but not too much for Snom. I just feel like ice Pokemon are
And
so
Snom had a
underrated.
lot of yeah, and Snom had a lot of, love behind him from the community.
Yeah, and I mean there was merch. Don't get me wrong, but not like holiday stuff. I just feel like it's not capitalized enough during the holidays because it's ice. You could even do the water types if you
Yeah.
wanted to. Like it's
Yeah, there are
it's
certain water types that live in, like, colder climates.
Yeah, and I feel like this holiday season, as of right now of this recording, there's really not a super ton for someone to go out on the Pokemon Center website and say, "Hey, there's so and so plush out. You know, I would like to grab it." I just feel like there's not enough for the consumer right now, and I don't know if it's because of, I mean, the games have been out for a year, right?
Yeah.
So I don't know. I want more plushes.
There we go, you're back in focus.
I want more
That makes
stuffed
sense,
animals and stuff.
and I mean, during Halloween, they capitalize on, like, the ghost and dark types.
Always.
So why don't they capitalize on, like, the ice types? I mean, one of their ice types is literally Santa Claus.
Are you talking about the?
Delibird.
Yes, yes. I couldn't think of the iron
Iron Bundle.
bundle. And like they put Palmy, which is fine. I'm not arguing with Palmy because I love me a Palmy, but why are we not utilizing those ice types as well?
I don't know.
I don't know. But that's what I got from
Yeah.
one
Let
marketer
us
to
know down
another.
below. I mean, hey, yeah, these are all great ideas. Let us know down below what you would make for a holiday themed merch idea for the Pokemon Center. And when we come back, it is everyone's favorite portion, the silly little question.
Right.
So it is time for everyone's favorite portion, the silly little question. So our silly little question today is, which Pokemon would you trust with the aux cord on a long road trip? Okay,
Mm.
take it away.
So we're thinking, right? We're thinking music in an aux cord. What Pokemon has a good taste in music? And for me, if I'm driving, right? Because I don't like being a passenger princess since I've taken my driving. And I get very nervous when someone else is driving me. So I want music that's gonna keep me awake while I'm driving on this long road trip. So I'm thinking heavy metal. We're just going, we're headbanging the entire trip. And who better to headbang with than Primeape? Primeape's gonna keep me up, and if I start falling asleep, he's gonna smack me in the face. And I know that has nothing to do with an aux cord, but I feel like he would have good taste in music because he's always training angrily all the time.
And this is true
So,
and a possibility. But unlike Tay, I am a passenger princess. I want to be carriaged around. And also, I want to have control of the aux cord because I have great taste in music. Um, even though my Spotify Wrapped called me a flaming homosexual. But I would choose, and it's going to sound very odd, I wouldn't choose like Hatterene or Gardevoir because I'm a pop princess above everything. I'm a passenger princess and I'm a pop princess. But you would think that like Gardevoir, Hatterene, they're like, oh, they look like they would do that. No, they give me more like Evanescence vibes, like more of that like alt rock.
Go ahead.
And then you also have other music related Pokemon like Toxtricity, that's punk rock. I don't mind punk rock, but it's not my favorite. Uh, yeah, Meloetta. I feel like she would just get tired of pop music since she's kind of based on pop stars.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And then the Wigglytuff line would just put you to sleep, which is dangerous at the wheel.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
So no, all she would play is lullabies and her own EPs.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
I'm going Grimmsnarl because I don't know what it is, but Grimmsnarl looks like he would be ready to rock out to Taylor Swift, to RuPaul, to Madonna with me.
Are you sure it's Grimmsnarl and not the one before?
I said what I said.
I'm Grimmsnarl?
Yes.
Grimmsnarl.
Yes. Grimmsnarl looks like they would secretly be a pop princess.
Grimmsnarl, to me, looks like they would be into Nickelback.
No.
Cause he never made it as a wise man.
We are not getting copywritten.
He couldn't make it as a wise man, though.
But no, like I said, to me, I don't know what it is, but Grimmsnarl just gives off that he's secretly a pop princess.
Hey, if you say so. Sure. I picked Primeape, who's gonna punch me in the face, so I.
So those are our answers. Let us know down below who you would choose to give the aux cord to on a long road trip.
Yes.
When we come back, we will do a quick little wrap up. Well, we hope that you have enjoyed this episode. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Share this video with a friend. Also, don't forget to follow us on socials. Tay, where can they find you?
TTHU7.
You can follow the podcast at ChuNews1 on Twitter, and you can follow me at DBradyW21 on Twitter. But before we go, we're going to do a quick little wrap up. Remember, we got the 7-star second week of Hisuian Samurott for the Terror Raids. And we got the merch that Tay went over. And then looking forward to the Pokemon Horizons anime.
Yeah. I think I did pretty good
And
with
Tay
that.
is making... You did. And Tay is making fun of me as per usual.
I'm not making fun of you. I'm imitating what I want to be when I grow up.
You are only a year younger than me.
Sorry, couldn't hear you in 25.
With that, we hope that you have enjoyed this. And remember, next time you choose your news, choose ChuNews.
Wouldn't even let me.
Nope, I took your line because you called me old.
Alright, everybody, have a good night.
Bye, everybody.